All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Complexity Casting. Cast presents HoN Tour Live. HoN Tour cycle number 4 Diamond. We do have game number 2 in this best of 3 series coming at you from the lower bracket. Round 2. Round 2. Ready? Fight! Domain of Pain going to be taking on Mistral here. Domain of Pain up 1-0 in the series after taking a dominating game number 1. And, well, I don't know. Mistral, they've got a lot of work to do if they want to take down DoP in game number 2 and take this into a game 3. Otherwise, they're going to be forcing elimination right here from this cycle of Diamond. Will remain in Diamond for the next cycle, but at least this cycle would end for them right here with one more loss. And I do want to reiterate, guys, I'm still kind of battling off some illness, so forgive me if I have to take a second to mute the mic, clear my throat, something like that. It probably will happen. Been trying to fight this off for the past week and a half now, but casting every single day probably doesn't help it. So trying my best, but let's go ahead and get a look at this game. Legion team bans out Tempest and Pebbles, while Hellborn gets rid of Wild Soul and Moon Queen. Hellborn team saying, nope, Testy, we saw that Moon Queen last game. That's not going to happen. But, Pew, I got a hint for you. Testy does that on every hero. Like, he farms. That's kind of what he does. You can't just ban out Moon Queen and be like, well, we banned out the farmers, but I'm taking a look at the bans right now, skipping ahead. And, well, they banned out a lot more than just that. Let's take a look at the lock pool, though. First, is the scheduled matches expired? No! Doesn't even matter. One day they're going to fix that bug, and I'm not even going to notice that they fixed the bug. It's just never going to happen anymore. So that's like the best kind of bug fix, is that you just forget it ever existed. Lockpool, we have Keeper of the Forest making it through the blind banning there. Wild Soul, his good buddy, did not. Magmus, Fade, Parasite, Cthulhuphant, and Meraxis. And holy crap, is that an aggressive lineup. You got 3-point stunners in the middle lane and 2 of the most aggressive junglers in the game also being locked in right there. So I'm already liking where this is going to be going, because one team is going to grab each of those. Most likely. One's going to grab Keeper of the Forest, most likely. The other team's going to be able to grab a Parasite, and both of them going to be able to grab a strong point stun there middle. Fade and Magmus probably going to be coming out, but we'll see here in a moment. Bans go out. Emperor getting rid of DrDz, Silhouette, and Plague Rider. So eliminating his own carry right there. Whereas on the other side, Pew gets rid of Ophelia, Warbeast, and Draconis. So the 3 top ranged carries in the game all being eliminated right there with the Moon Queen, Silhouette, and Draconis bans. Interesting to see what will come out of this in terms of carries. You might see something like an Arachna. You might see something like a Forsaken Archer. Of course, 2 heroes that don't get used nearly as often. Forsaken Archer definitely more popular than Arachna, but I have seen Testy play Arachnas in the past, as well as a couple other top competitive teams. Or we might even see a melee carry like Dark Lady come out, or possibly a Soul Stealer. I know that they tried to run that yesterday against Complexity. Didn't quite pan out. In addition to those 2 carry bans, of course, you got the annoying DrDz. You got Warbeast, the strong jungler there. Maybe an Emperor respect ban right there. And then, of course, Plague Rider, a Suicide, and Ophelia, the aggressive pushing jungler. She's not going to make it in either. Engineer is the first pick in this game, going with the strong support. He was banned out along with his good buddy Magmus last time. They both make it into the lock pool. Well, one makes it into the lock pool. One of them already picked up here as all right. So I can already see what Mistral is doing. And I've cast a lot of games of Mistral back when they were N9, back when they were Druids. In the past 2 or 3 weeks, they've been playing in all the Sound Blaster qualifiers. And they, in fact, just won a Sound Blaster qualifier. Qualifier number 2, actually. So congratulations to them. And a quick shout out to the Sound Blaster Heroes League. Registration for that actually expires today, Sunday, at 5 p.m. EST. If you have not already signed up for that and you want to play for your shot at making it into the top 16 to get into that $40,000 league coming up next month, and of course, you shot at some sweet Sound Blaster hardware. And make sure to go sign up at that. Soundblaster.com/HoN. And it'll take you over there and get signed up. That's in about 3.5, 4 hours now that that registration is going to be closing. And I want to have as many teams as possible to cast, because I'm going to be casting that Monday through Thursday, of course, starting tomorrow. So Mistral going for an aggressive lineup. Pew loves to incorporate Myrmidon. When they do this, they almost always run an offensive tri-lane, no jungle. So that's what I'm really looking at right here. And it's going to be interesting. Luna, Zephyr, Myrmidon. That's already a pretty good offensive tri-lane. Myrm going to allow big setups of ganks. Problem here is that Zephyr will get underleveled, and Zephyr really does kind of rely on those levels, at least to get up to level 6 ASAP. You want to get to level 6, maybe level 9, as soon as you possibly can. But taking a look at Domain of Pain, after Engineer, they go with Drunken Master, Gravekeeper. And then they first pick Magnus. Okay, I want to talk about this real quick. I already told you that Mistral probably running an offensive tri-lane. There's a good chance that Emperor knows that as well. He's actually casted a lot of those Sound Blaster heroes he games with me. He knows Pew's style and knows that typically they will not run a jungle with this strategy. Interesting, though, that they actually pick up a Keeper of the Forest. So they're either going to run a Suicide Keeper of the Forest, which would mean that they're going to run 2-1-2 lanes, or 2-2-1 lanes more accurately, which will probably be a Myrmidon mixed with a Fade in the middle lane now, and then an Aluna babysitting a Zephyr up top. So this is going to actually be interesting in the fact that there's not going to be a jungler still, but they do still have strong lanes. So this might have actually backfired a little bit on Domain of Pain, trying to get themselves the Keeper of the Forest, just saying, we can get Magmas, so we can get our primary stunner here, and then you guys won't be able to get Keeper of the Forest. I think Domain of Pain might have actually been safer. If they wanted Keeper of the Forest, they should have first picked it right there, because then they would have been able to get Fade or Magmas. They both do pretty much the same job, whereas Keeper of the Forest was the only Suicide jungler left in that pool. Now, looks like Domain of Pain going to have to run a little bit different of a strategy.
Let's get it on.
We'll see what they do, in fact, run. Is it looks like it's going to be a 2-1-1 with jungle. In fact, I would expect the Drunken Master perhaps to be soloing Wes. What the actual... Hold on a second. Like, what? Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? Like, are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? Angry Magmus? Interesting. All right, so Testy on Magmus, not playing a hard farmer this game. Probably going to be farming just like B-Kid would in the past on a Magmus, though. Getting up into that 350, 400, 450 gold per minute range, as both teams send a lot of players into their opposing team's jungle. Going to be sidestepping one another, though, so not going to be any action here at the beginning. And, wow, it's a big deep dive here for the Legion team. They're not afraid to get their hands dirty. Not going to be able to find anyone, though, and ward goes down here from Pew. And Pew really likes this ward. And I don't. See, like, if you're going to place another ward right here, which is where he actually placed the other one, you have no vision along this axis right here. And where's the Cthulhuphant going to come in? He's going to come from right here, and he's going to come over and kill you. Or he's going to come from right here, and he's going to come over and kill you. You're blocking this camp. So he's never going to be like, oh, well, I'm just going to come this way, and then come up here, and then come up here, and then gank you. Like, no, that's not going to happen. And Pew really just loves dropping this ward in this location. I much prefer the ward up in this location, so you actually get vision of here, 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 and even a little bit of vision over here. But Pew really does like that one. I don't know. I'm personally not a fan of it. But speaking of Cthulhuphant, he's actually going to be in the opposing team's jungle. So, speaking of tri-lanes, Domain of Pain is the one going to be running the offensive tri-lane here. I thought that they were going to be running a 2-1-1. They are running a 2-1-1, but the jungle is on the other side. So the offensive pseudo tri-lane up top maybe going to be able to shut down Keeper of the Forest. Well, let's talk about that. Keeper of the Forest soloing the short lane rather than the long lane. I don't know what to think about that. And also, Luna going to be in the middle with Fade instead of a Myrmidon. Very, very interesting lanes coming out of everybody here. I think that I do prefer Myrmidon to be paired up with Fade. It's a more secure stun, whereas Luna is going to be able to more effectively harass this Magnus and the Engineer in the bottom lane. The Myrmidon definitely has more kill potential when paired with a Fade than an Luna does. As there's the Burning Shadows going out right there, and the Cull not going to be able to do a whole lot of damage though. Keeping the Forest up here in the top lane, I like that they're actually sending somebody out of here. For a minute they did have... Who else was up here? Am I crazy? Where's the other player? Okay, yeah, Engineer did rotate. Okay, I'm not actually crazy. I thought I was crazy there for a second. No, Engineer did rotate. He was top momentarily, but now going to be down here. And just helping out his good buddy Angry Testy on the Magnus. Middle lane Fade, Luna going to be going up against Drunken Master, and DM saying, okay, that's not that big of a deal as well. There's a Wheatfield going out, catching two players. The Belly going to use the Gust, actually trying to save his good buddy, but Drunken Master is here as well. Going to be going on to the Myrmidon. There's the Stagger. There's the Wheatfield going to be going out, and it connects. The Keg does not, though. And unfortunate for Jeppins that he already used that regen rune. He was pretty much full life and mana before he went down there. Now he's going to return at half life and mana. Just a little bit of a flub there. But good job from Q to actually keep his teammate alive. So interesting to see Jeppins on a on Drunken Master. He's typically the suicide player here for Domain of Pain, but going to be doing something a little bit different, even using the Stagger there to avoid a lot of the pressure that's coming out. And Cheese Helmet faring a little bit better than Fabunko did in the last game. Fabunko this time going to be back on support, so it looks like they were giving him a shot at the solo short lane and said, no, that did not work out. You're going back to support. And so now he finds himself on a Luna. Fade looking to go bottle up the bottom rune. It is a haste. It's going to be very nice. Going to be able to make his way into the bottom lane perhaps and set up a gank on somebody like the Engineer or perhaps the Cthulhuphant, who has rotated into this bottom lane. Up top, Keeper of the Forest perhaps in some trouble. Does get the invis off. Heimer just putting out a ton of pressure up there. 35% of the damage done in this game thus far, while still maintaining good CS. 26-9 as opposed to a 14-2 CS for our Keeper of the Forest. And Keeper actually gonna have to run to town. Karma Diaz not having any better of a time as the short lane solo here for Druids. I'm really interested to see why they have kind of changed things up. They're going to be going in right here, and Testy stop canceling the Lava Surge. Does land one on Luna. Wheatfield misses, and Luna in some trouble. Trample goes out. That one misses as well. Keg does connect, but Luna deep in those trees actually gets pushed onto the other side and makes her way through. Cthulhuphant's in some trouble, and he goes down. Emperor gets turned around upon there. The Wheatfield does miss. Engineer going to use the Keg, pushing himself and Zephyr forward. There's the two-man Lava Surge, and the auto attack's going to come out as well. Ooh. Power throw. Going to be able to cancel the potion, but not able to get the kill. In the end, DoP will only lose one player, but they're going to fall behind down there just because of Engineer having to go to town. Two-man Lava Surge. Trample comes in onto Zephyr. Don't know if that was the best target to go on as Testy goes down. And now Emperor going to try to come in and finish off Zephyr, but the boots on Zephyr actually going to give him enough of a head start here. Trample is available. Going to be going in for Trample number 2. Where's the Jukes? Where's the Jukes? And not going to be going in for it. And oh man, Cthulhuphant's in some trouble. Going to turn around and use the Trample? No, not going to. Hasted Fade coming down. He wants to party. Wants to party, party, party. DoP needs to be very careful, and Fade is actually going to spot out Cthulhuphant here. And, well, good juke, good juke. There's the Reflector opener, though. Cthulhuphant will go down. That's the second death for Emperor, down to 123 gold per minute. On a hero that does not start out farming well, you really don't want to fall far behind like that on your elephant. There's a great keg right there. Gonna use the waveform to actually get away for now. No gust available just yet on Zephyr, and there's gonna be another lava surge here in just 1 second. Pew will go down. Nicely played by the Legion team right there. Testy saying, hey guys, I'm not just a carry player. I also play a sweet Magnus. Uh-oh. Good lava surge right there. Actually, a great turret coming out, and Parakletos will finish off the belly. So how about that, as Cheese Helmet gets the kill up top using that corpse explosion in addition to the zombie apocalypse. Not bad, not bad. In the middle lane, Drunken Master still squaring off against Fade. Not quite able to get a kill there. So even though the kill score is 3-3 right now, this jungle kind of paying off. I mean, level 5 on Cthulhuphant, only 135 gold per minute, but that's still 135 gold per minute that you wouldn't have otherwise. So that's a lot, at least, of where a jungle can pay off. Cheese Helmet also crushing his lane up top, just absolutely dominating. Close to twice the GPM of Carmen Diaz up there. As Heimer is actually going to town. Not quite sure why. He picks up a TP immediately. I guess he just wanted his mana back. He was still full on life, and that's typically not what you like to see. You don't want to have to return full on when you're full on life. But oh, grabs a counter ward. Now he put that counter ward actually up there really, really far. Close to his tower, that is. So not going to be using that offensively. I think that's more defensively in case somebody like Fade was going to be coming to gank. But ganks are all set up here in the bottom lane. Parakletos is in some trouble. There's the keg going out, but still the Carp goes down. The Wheatfield's there as well. Power throw finishes off Engineer, and he takes the fall. Testy was there trying to help out with the lava surge as well. There's actually a Typhoon going to be going out here. Testy in trouble. Nice disjoint there with the invulnerability, and he will go down. Pew comes in for the secure on the kill. And with that Wheatfield actually going to be able to do a little bit of creep cutting here and perhaps start putting some serious pressure on the tower. So DoP all of a sudden starting to fall behind a little bit, giving up a couple more kills in that bottom lane. Testy's second death. Parakletos is first. Middle lane, Cthulhuphant does land the trample there onto Fade. In range of the tower, though, so that Invis isn't going to help out too much. Burning Shadows on the two players, though, and there's the root as well. Fade is going to be just fine. Walks on out of there and even grabs a DD. Going to be able to chug that up and make his way up into the top lane. Might be able to get a kill on the Heimer, actually. If he gets assistance from anyone, this will be a guaranteed kill. Not going to use the reflection just yet. Wants to wait for his mana just a little bit more. There's the reflection, and going to be able to open with the reflection here in a moment. Somebody got TP canceled there, as it was actually Fabunko on Aluna that did get their TP canceled. Looked like he was killed, actually. And now Cthulhuphant striding around, trying to find Myrmidon, going for the trample. There's the Wheatfield juke. Waveform with the Wheatfield. There's the trample, though, and Jeppins gets the last hit. Nice job from Emperor lining that one up. Pew was just stuck in a bad place, between a rock and a real hard place, and that hard place was, well, it was Cthulhuphant's face. Look at Cthulhuphant steals a creep like this. Like, where does that shield come from? I know in like a game of like a lot of things that don't really make a lot of sense, like this is the one thing that I've latched onto. But where does this shield come from? Is he a magical elephant now? I mean, I guess he's supposed to be Cthulhu, so be pretty magical. Is in the middle lane. Drunken Master might be in some trouble here. There's the Burning Shadows. Cole comes out as well. Heimer's there, though. There's the Zombie Apocalypse, and down goes Fade. Bottom lane get some pressure here as well. Zephyr with the helm of the Black Legion. Gonna use the Gust. Has to dodge the Weed Field there as well. Magic Cart. There's the Lava Surge, and the Keg will finish off Zephyr. One more Lava Surge here in 5 seconds, and Pew's gonna be in some trouble. Has no Weed Field. There has no waveform. Oh, there's Fabunko. He's in some trouble now as well. Cupfield comes out. There's the Defiling Touch. And serial killer streak now for Cheese Helmet. They're even going to go deep onto Myrmidon. No. They're going to do some tower cutting of their own. Start to work on this bottom tier 1 tower. DP coming in. Probably Zephyr. He's going to come on in and defend his lane. I think Heimer heard me talking about the Gravekeeper alt avatar. He's changed to the Shinigami Gravekeeper now. And I'm much appreciative for it. You could hear it when we went there in middle when he was kind of hiding and trying to help his good buddy come in. As you heard the Zombie Apocalypse go off, and I just nailed it. I nailed it. I was like, and there's the Zombie Apocalypse! Gotta get those audio cues. Test needs to be real careful. He's real close to getting dove. In fact, does connect with a power throw there. Gonna use the Lava Surge. Gonna be able to escape for now as TP's come in. Actually missing that Weed Field. And Keg misses as well, so miss spells all around. The Energy Field just doing absolutely nothing as well. And now Paracletus is actually completely out of mana. There's the Lava Surge with no follow-up going to be coming in here. DoP needs to be careful. There's actually 4 players here, but a hasted Jeppins in the backfield as well. And, well, there goes Angry Testy. He goes down. Jeppins is able to take down Myrmidon in the backfield. Cthulhu trying to man up here, but Jeppins needs to be careful. There's the Burning Shadows with the Reflection Opener. And Drunken Master used the stagger. Going to be able to get away for now. Is he going to actually be able to get away? Holy moly, he uses those Ghost Marchers and will be able to escape. Not even able to connect with the Gust right there. The stagger just in time. Fade coming in for round 2. She's looking for the Engineer. Gonna get hit though, and no, not connecting with the Burning Shadows. The Belly actually walking straight through that turret. And now gonna walk straight up next to Engineer here. Who's only about 8 seconds away from another skill. Actually, Zephyr in some trouble now as Cthulhu activates the Eruption and will get the Eruption off. Lava Surge goes off. Trap's going to be able to try to finish off Fade, but down goes Cthulhu and Engineer. Belly able to get the double tap. Actually, that's Zinz able to get the double tap. Jeppins comes back in for round number 2. Stagger gets the last hit right there. Cheese Helmet gets the tower up in the top lane, and Invisible Fade will be able to just skulk away after a lot of kills there in the bottom lane. Finally does settle down just a bit. Sorry guys, gotta take care of one thing real quick. There we go. So Angry Testy dying 3 times so far on Magnus. Not exactly where he wants to be, but still farming pretty decent at 250 gold per minute. So that's coming in like he wants to actually get up on this Magnus behind. But no, not going to be going in just yet as we are paused. Hopefully this won't take too long. Fabelli playing Zephyr. Fabelli's not a hero. No, he's playing Zephyr up here. Still farming decent. 293 gold per minute. The top on his team. Would have been the top on his game if it weren't for Heimer on that Gravekeeper. And damn, Heimer just knows how to play this hero. Like, Enzo, I watched him play yesterday against as TT Esports. Middle against... it was against Pencils, so it was against Relo. And I already mentioned this. He just completely shut down that hag. I was so impressed. But watching Heimer play Gravekeeper, no matter what lane he's in, is it solo or suicide or dual lane, you know, he just finds that farm. And look at that, 361 gold per minute as Gravekeeper in the suicide lane. Able to get a Grave Locket, Ghost Marchers, Mystic Vestments, able to beat Mobile and get that portal key at 15 minutes in here. Absolutely insane. Has level 11 as well. Going to be able to drop level 2 zombie apocalypses on people's faces. And I'd love to see a resto stone actually come out of him. Double zombie apocalypse is my absolute favorite thing in the world. As Angry Testy goes down for the 4th time now. So there was the reflection opener there from Zinz. As damn, Fabunko, you having a bad day. 1, 4, and 6 on a Luna, showing off that portal key, and Heimer just having a great game. 4-0 and 0, going to be able to start pushing up this lane. Not actually the highest hero damage on the team. That goes to Angry Testy, which is very, very odd to see. Less odd because he is Magnus this game, but otherwise it would be extremely odd. And Heimer, oh, damn. Nice use of the regen rune, then the portal key on out of there. Getting out of there just before the root. Holds on to his regen. And even picks up the Minor Totem. Minor Totem, number 1, muy importante. DrDz walking away in shame after ulting just the Drunken Master. Not getting anything done with it. Emperor Elephant trying to farm up, gonna run into Zephyr here in just a moment, and Fabelli probably calling, hey, there's an elephant in my jungle, guys, want to deal with this? Drunken Master gonna get opened on with the reflection there. Burning Shadows actually whiffs, and auto attack's not gonna finish him off just yet, and he will survive at least for now. There's the Gust to finish him off, so he can't be missing those Burning Shadows. I just heard a portal key go out, and yeah, Heimer was actually trying to get the last hit right there, did not succeed with that. Angry Testy, he's actually made his way up into the top lane. Currently 83 and 17. Pretty decent CS for 17 minutes in. But very, very low for Angry Testy. I want to remind you that he was at 211 in the last game as Moon Queen, just 4 minutes after this. So running well below half of what he had previously. A lot of that, the amount of action that he's been involved in. 7 hero kills. And taking 4 deaths himself, so not ideal by any means. And Jeppins actually picks up an Arcana. Huh. Interesting. As Heimer's in trouble in the middle lane. Gets finished off there by the last swipe of the scythe from Fade. Zinz picks up his portal key now. As in the bottom lane, Keeper of the Forest in some trouble. Gonna get purged. There's the dust going out as well. And back on into the energy field. Emperor gets the last hit with the Obliterate. Well played there by Jeppins. Great positional, chaotic abilities right there. Able to push and pull people around. LOL? Like, what? Oh, poor Pericletos gets sniped right there for Bunko. Got to be happy about that one, but Pericletos just, I mean, just like I did, he just didn't have a care in the world. He's like, I'm just going to sit here and attack this tower. I don't care if I got attacked a few times. There's a stun coming in right there, but Testy in some trouble. Wheatfield goes out. There's the zombie apocalypse, though. The explosion going to be going out onto Fade. She's going to survive for now, and Heimer's actually perhaps in some trouble. Yes, Heimer. No, there's going to be a trample goes off. Fade able to escape for now. Will Heimer be able to do the same? Uses the portal key and does escape. So in the end, both of them end up getting away Tessie, though, takes his 5th death of the game. Ember needs to be very careful up here. He is being extremely ballsy. He's a pretty ballsy man, though. So keep the forest actually down here after soloing top and getting absolutely crushed. Still hovering at below 200 gold per minute. Hanging out, picks up the plated greaves. And just trying to go head-to-head with Jeppins, but Jeppins hits a bit harder, about 30 higher auto attack damage. And I'm really interested to see what he's going to go with that Arcana. I have to assume it's a Hellflower, right? And it's not a Refresher. It's not a Harkens. It's not a Spell Shards. Does it turn into anything else? No, no, no. Yes. Okay. Other options could be that he's actually just taking the Arcana for right now, and later he's going to disassemble it and use all 3 pieces to make an Insanitarius, a Chalice, and a Barbed Armor. Does actually give you pretty good regen, which Drunken Master is in. You know, he needs a lot of regen to be pretty useful. As Zinz gets out of there, was scoping things out and says, nope, not gonna happen. Bottom lane finally looking like it's going to get pushed down here by the Hellborn team. They were working on it so early on, doing a little bit of creep cutting, but in the end not quite able to really get in there and knock it down. But with Keeper of the Forest assistance, they most certainly will be able to. Fade using the Deep Shadows just to get a little bit of vision. I really do like that spell. As, well, Luna going to be going in right here. Uses the Emerald Lightning. Energy Field comes down. The Wheat Field misses. And Drunken Master will be able to escape. The Ice Ogres actually bring down the Energy Field. And one Fire Ogre is just way out there. Know your place, Fire Ogre. Your place is right here. Fade going to bottle up double damage. And wonder if she's going to chug it herself or perhaps give it to somebody like the Zephyr. Zephyr, speaking of him, he has finished up a Shrunken Head, so going that route first, and I do approve of the Shrunken Head first. He's not going to do a ton of damage, but he's going to be able to stand tall in the middle of these team fights. And double damage Fade, looking like he wants to go in back here. Reflection available for another 22 seconds. Drunken Master is not there, but he does have a TP, and there's the opener, and Pericletos in some trouble. Wheatfield goes down, 2-man trample. Testy comes in with the Lava Surge as well as the Eruption right there, and 2 players go down. Myrmidon and Keeper of the Forest are both dead. Engineer dead for the Legion side. There's the stagger, and where's the lunge going to be coming in here momentarily? Zephyr is going to be going down, but so will Gravekeeper as well, and they're going to try to turn it around right here. Going to be able to bring down Cthulhu. Last auto attacks are able to finish him off, and Angry Testy, the only one remaining. Portal key on up from Fade. Testy needs to be careful. Needs to be careful, but no, Fade is going to back off. I don't know why. Nobody's bought back. He could have been able to at least, you know, almost kill him maybe, but doesn't want to waste his time or mana. Instead, just going to retreat to safely farm up the middle lane. In the end, I'd say that that was definitely a fight won for the Hellborn team. A 3-for-4 exchange, only leaving up the Magnus. As opposed to your Fade getting out of there, your Zephyr got a majority of that experience. Really unfortunate for Heimer. He was very, very low on life after getting the kill onto Zephyr. And did end up getting cleaned up by creeps. So, sad days for him. Sad days for him indeed. So after Heimer got that portal key, he's actually died twice. And fallen off a little bit, back to 298 gold per minute at the top on his team. And things are starting to shape up now for Mistral. Going a little bit more towards their normal, the way they normally play games, rather than the way that they played in the last game. And it's paying off. 351 gold per minute on Fade. Zinz, my favorite player over there on the Mistral squad. He's definitely doing very, very well for himself. Lulefin has picked up a portal key in addition to those already on Gravekeeper and Magnus. So getting a lot of mobility going on here. And Drunken Master goes for the double Arcana route. So he is going for that Hellflower. Going to allow him to kill people pretty fast, and it's going to give him a ton of mana regen to actually lock down some heroes like the Fade before she can hit an Invis, like Zephyr before he can consume all of his Cyclones and use the Typhoon and the Gust and all that nonsense. So it's an interesting pick. There's the Burning Shadows going to be going out. Zombie Apocalypse, though, on to Fade. And the Corpse Explosion just detonates on Fade right there. And on the other side, Engineer does go down, gets the energy field off. 3-man trample, though, the Obliterate coming out. And there's the Lava Surge as well as the Eruption going to be coming in, catches 2 players. Testy has to get on out of there, though. And Portal Key going to have to be used there on Emperor as well. Fade buying back right there. And don't necessarily agree with that one. If they're able to secure a kill, it'll be nice to have. And wants to get in. There is Fade. Here's the Burning Shadows. Actually misses the Burning Shadows onto Magnus, though. And everyone's back up in here. And DoP looking like they want to kill. Karmadius goes down. Tower will stay up. And Zephyr wraps in some trouble. Uses the Guster now, but the Stagger as well as the Ghost Marchers might keep him locked down. Portal Key's on up right here from Heimer. They want to close the distance. And close the distance, they just might. Gust is up in 2 seconds. Whoa! Big lunge coming out right there. The Stagger activates the Drunken Master ultimate. The trample comes in, missing. Myrmidon gonna go down to the... Oh, a big Lava Surge right there, catching 2 more players to finally touch onto a Luna. Couple more auto attacks and he'll go down. They're gonna turn it around onto Gravekeeper. Both of them end up dropping. Zephyr picks up 1 of the kills there, and now looks like Fade going to be going out onto Drunken Master, but no, has to turn around. There's the Gust onto the Cthulhufin. The keg comes back in. 2-man Lava Surge right there. Fade goes down. Zephyr has to activate the Shrunken Head to try to get out of there, and that should be it. Oh, no. Testy says maybe not. No, that is going to be it. Domain of Pain now up 10,000 experience after that fight. Did not work out well for Mistral at all. And even though their Zephyr's farming well, everyone else is just doing kind of shabby. Fade, Zint's doing pretty well, but and Karmadius especially is just shut down. And this is never where you want to see a Keeper of the Forest. You pick up a Keeper of the Forest for the same reason that you pick up, and by the way, that was a terrible ward. That ward actually doesn't see Kongor. And I'm pretty sure that's what they were looking for with that ward, because it doesn't see past, like, this point right here either. So I'm okay. I'm gonna reserve my opinion. I'm gonna retract that and say I think that's a terrible ward, because I placed the same one like up here and I screw it up all the time, so it only gets vision in like this area rather than the Kongor pit like you're intending it to. Sometimes when they're on the ledge they can be very, very tricky. But yeah, it's just not working out. You pick up your Wild Soul, you pick up your Keeper of the Forest, because you can send him Suicide or any lane, any position, and they're always going to be able to get 250, 300 gold per minute. Like, unless something goes terribly wrong. And Karmadius, that it's kind of gone terribly wrong for him in this game, as it did in the last game. It's just not working out real well. He's not getting the farm that he needed. Anger Testy's Magnus going to be going for a Shrunken Head next as he picks up a Mighty Blade. Whereas Cthulhufin is going to be going for a Helm of the Black Legion, it would appear. And, well, Drunken Master perhaps in trouble. There's the red power throw as well as the Burning Shadows Call. Down he will go. Great job by the Mistral team, evening up that golden experience lead a little bit more. In fact, taking a gold lead now. Defensive tower in the top lane should be falling here in favor of the Hellborn team. In fact, there's pretty much nothing Legion can do to stop that with the dead Drunken Master. Level 15 Drunken Master, keep in mind. And as there's actually going to be some additional push going to be coming out. into the top lane. Fusion team's got to be careful about letting this tower drop a little bit too low. Drunken Master still down for 18 seconds. No, the Hellborn team will retreat. They don't want to press their advantage too hard. And Cthulhufin actually goes for a barbed armor in addition to his B-Start now. So could be just picking up that B-Start for some max HP. Might be making a Helm of the Black Legion eventually. It's a little bit late for that, especially after going that barbed armor instead. Maybe going to be working on a B-Start, or excuse me, a Behemoth Start next. It's always a possibility. Fade going to be getting close to finishing up her Shrunken Head, while Aluna is going to be finishing up Astrolabe here momentarily. Aluna's actually done a pretty good job this game for Bunko of getting farm. 197 gold per minute, not having to do the majority of the warding that has been falling to Pew, it appears. But able to get something like a push stick, and going to be finishing up an Astrolabe here momentarily. Definitely not bad. Okay, so maybe actually Aluna, I think, just vendored. What? Like, did she vendor the part of the Astrolabe, the refreshing ornament? Because Pew just picked one up like he wants to get an Astrolabe. I don't know. We'll see in a moment. Asian team kind of posturing around Kongor like they're trying to stop a Kongor that's not actually happening. And so now we can take a look at what exactly this ward sees, and it is actually like nothing. Yeah. Pretty much nothing being seen by that ward, so that's a little bit unfortunate there by Karmadius. Drunken Master actually using the illusions there in the middle. And Fade going to be pressing up, trying to get some scouting information off. All outer towers are now down in favor of Mistral. With that, they've been able to take some pretty good map vision. Ward of Revelation over here. Okay, now they're going to be able to spot this Ward of Sight. Pew says, I'll take that out. Belly says, I'll take the gold. Rude. Fade wants to go on this Magnus really, really bad, and Testy might sense it coming. Actually, he's going to portal key way deep, and not going to be able to get the Burning Shadows off, even though the Deep Shadows might have revealed Magnus there. Testy chose a very, very good spot to port out to. "32 minutes into the game, 2,600 gold in favor of the Hellborn team Mistral, and 7,200 experience in favor of Domain of Pain. So still anybody's game, that's for sure. Karmadius picks up a Soul's Bulwark and immediately sets it to offensive. I'm mad about that. You're doing Kongor. Why did you just set it to offensive? You don't need it on offensive. Very upset about that. Of course, negative armor does not affect Kongor. But Kong is going to be attempted here by the Hellborn team anyway. Zephyr has picked up that Frostburn to go along with his Helm of the Black Legion, make him a little bit more of an offensive threat. Wants to have some passing game as well as some ground game. And Kongor will go down. Can be picked up by Fabelli, so the bird now has 2 lives. Not exactly the 9 lives of a cat, or the 17 lives of a Pop-Tart cat. But 2 on a bird, not bad. You might have heard me make a terrible football reference there a minute ago, as in the top lane, Hellfire going out on to Keeper of the Forest, Eruption being charged up, and waiting on the Lava Surge until more people come in. Maybe should have just used it there, because now he's out of mana, and Rex carves room trying to get on out of there. Auto attack's going to be coming in, and the last auto attack there from Karmadius. Wheatfield does miss. There's the waveform, though, slowing him down a bit. Needs the magic carpet. A good juke from Jeppins. He's still trying to get out of there. And holy moly, did he actually just get that juke off? He did. Jeppins going to be just fine for now, and is in fact going to be able to port on out of there. So how about that? In the end, Testy uses his ult and unfortunately was not able to secure the kill. Was holding on to the Lava Surge like I expected him to do. It was the right decision to hold on to that Lava Surge and try to hit 3 so that they could get away after that securely. But unfortunately, it wasn't perfectly timed. And the Burning Shadows came in first. They got stunned. They weren't able to finish off the Keeper of the Forest. Ended up, weren't able to finish off the Keeper of the Forest. Ended up getting turned around upon. So, that is unfortunate. But yeah, back to football. Hope that everybody has been watching the NFL playoffs. If you guys don't watch American football, well, you should because it's awesome. Make sure to tweet at me at BeefPotPie1 whenever you have anything to talk about football. I love talking about football with my buddies. My team, of course, has not made it in for a while. St. Louis Rams have not had a winning season in quite a while. We were so very close this year, but alas, there's always next time. As Milkfat's joining the game. Everybody say hello, Sam. Hellborn team going to put some big pressure on the tower here. Eruption back up in 5 seconds for Magnus, and out goes the turret. There's actually a lunge going to be coming in here, and Zephyr takes a little bit of pressure. Not a whole lot. Both teams just really posturing up, and there's the blink in. The zombie apocalypse going out onto Fade right there. The ultimate being activated. His eruption comes in. Lava Surge kept 2 people. Wheatfield going to go out as well as the energy field. There's the root, and down goes Zephyr. He's going to be coming back up right away inside of that energy field. Still, it goes down. There's the gust bringing him back in, and Magnus has to get on out of there. Drunken Master will go down. Magnus Lava Surge is out, and everyone's still up for the Hellborn team. Drunken Head just being activated, and they're going to lose this tower right now. The Hellborn team starting to do some serious pressure. Glyph of Fortification goes up. Drunken Master, no buybacks available on him, but a lot of cooldowns are down. They have been burnt. There's Burning Shadows coming out onto Gravekeeper. Hellfires go in. There's a big keg, and a Wheatfield going to be coming out as well. Magnus wraps in some trouble, but there's a big trample coming in on 4 people. Fade will go down. Zephyr very low on HP as well. Auto attack still coming in. There's the Lava Surge onto 3 people. A huge keg once again, and Zephyr will go. No, he's getting away. A trample. Will he die? Why won't you die? The Astrolabe saves him in the gust to get him out of there. Melee Barracks very low on life, with the Hellborn team just not able to commit to taking down those racks. Man, oh man, oh man. Hellborn team ends up trading 2 for 1 in their favor and taking out the tower. Not able to take down the racks. They did not get what they came for. But it was, damn. Zephyr escaping right there was... they need to make a movie about that. Call it The Great Escape. Song. Maybe a Bard's Hymn. I don't know. Talk to S2 Loremeister. Maybe he can actually write a story about it. That'd be sweet. Talk about plunging Zephyr's bird heart into the heart of the Aurora Borealis. Shout out to S2 Loremeister. He's hilarious. He doesn't know me and I don't know him, but I think he's awesome. Whenever I watch him in videos. I'm like, dude, that guy's sweet. As Zephyr picks up a Behemoth's Heart there. And Cthulhufin has finished up his Helm of the Black Legion, so not going to be going for that Behemoth's Heart as I might have expected. Instead, picking up the very, very late Helm of the Black Legion. Oh, Testy's got to be careful here. Magic Carp does go out. Gets disjointed, though, by the portal key. Tanky bird. 3,000 life. Does not have a lot of armor. Needs to be careful about that, Akari. You know who else needs to be careful? Pew. Hellflower goes out. Zombie Apocalypse! And Pew will go down. Zephyr actually taking a lot of pressure from those zombies as well. Needs to be very careful. Especially with those suicidal zombies. They'll blow up on you. I'm trying to figure out why the heck my Twitch chat is not working. It looks like Twitch chat is just, like, broken today. Which is really unfortunate. I do check it every once in a while to see if something has gone terribly wrong. People normally let me know there if I forgot to change the score on the overlays, or if I accidentally called a weed field a kelp field or an energy field. I get all my fields mixed up. Field of Dreams. Field of Dreams. Who knows? Who knows? Rexgar Vroom has been able to finish up the Shrunken Head with his decent farm here. 152 CS at 39 minutes into the game. And a Bound Eye has been picked up on Gravekeeper, so he's going to be looking for Fade. Just quiet. I'm going Fade hunting. No, can't do the Jaws music because he's not going to find anything. There's nothing down there to find. 40 minutes into the game. 6,000 gold lead for the Hellborn team. Zephyr is pretty damn fat. Fade not doing bad herself with her Shrunken Head Portal Key Eye. And 4,000 gold, excuse me, experience lead for the Domain of Pain team. As I don't know if you guys can hear these dogs next door, but there are dogs that literally just whine at all hours of the night. I'm going to call the cops on those dogs. You can't just expect a party and have someone not call the cops on you. I'm telling you right now. Goes for dogs as well. Double Hellflowers are finished up here on the Legion team, so they have a lot of lockdown potential, a lot of burst potential with those double Hellflowers. Unfortunately, they don't have the most consistent stuns. Testy's been getting some really nice 2, 3, even 4-man Lava Surges, and so has Cthulhuphant with his Trample. But both those require those heroes being very, very far in there, and they take a ton of damage. So I get the Shrunken Head now on Magnus. He's going to be able to do that a little bit more effectively. And the Shrunken Head on Drunken Master going to be finished up here in about 300 gold. As the push is coming in, though, he needs to finish farming that up, and he will be able to get that from these Ancients here in a moment. He needs to do it real fast, though. In fact, Hellborn team not going to be pushing in just yet. Looks like they will, in fact, wait for Kongor to be coming back up. And, okay, am I crazy? Yeah, I've got to be crazy. I was pretty sure that I didn't see a Ring of Sorcery on Carmadius earlier. I forgot to point it out. But now he does have a Ring of Sorcery, so I'm pretty sure he didn't buy one because he has 3,500 or 3,200 gold. Aluna going to be working on a Hellflower herself, so interesting item build up here for Aluna. Bracer, Striders into a Hellflower and a Push Stick. So Bracer, Striders, Push Stick into Hellflower. Interesting, interesting. Not exactly building as a semi-carry ganker, but just building like a support that happened to get kind of rich. Which I guess is what accurately happened. Aestrin sitting here at the bottom. Luna might need to take that, or she might get initiated on. As should see everyone with that Word of Rev. Why isn't she taking this Aestrin? Are they baiting it? What's going on here? As somebody's going in. Fade with the eye. Looking at them as they're doing a little bit of counter warding. But the Hellborn team collapsing right now. Going to walk right past this Ward of Sight. Get the counter wards off. Fade still in that reflection for another 20 seconds. Does have all the time in the world. Not going to be initiating down there. 47 hero kills at 43 minutes into this game. Quite the aggressive game indeed. But it's been dying down a little bit in the last couple of minutes. Both teams just kind of waiting for Kongor to respawn, which I believe should be happening here in about the next minute, minute and a half. Very bad about actually no, okay, well, hold on a second. Okay, guys, from now on, when I say Kongor should be respawning in the next anything, just expect Kongor to respawn in like 0 seconds. So the last 3 times I've said that, he's literally respawned within the next like 8 seconds. And Kongor frozen in a sweet pose right there. King Kongor. A lot of damage, but not nearly fast enough. Not a whole lot of right click here from the Hellborn team. Our throw goes out, and this could be an initiation right here. Heimer gets gone on. Burning Shadows misses. There's the Lava Surge onto 2, though. And the Shrunken Head being activated. Eruption not going to be going off. There's the Zombie Apocalypse. Root coming in, only catching one. Wheatfield going to go back out, only catching Engineer as well. Heimer will go down. Obliterate going to be going in and trying to bring down somebody. Aluna's the one that's going to find. Myrmidon goes down as well. But now Drunken Master trying to get on out of there. Zephyr saying, not going to be so fast. Eruption being channeled. Lava Surge goes out, and Fade will go down. Eye hits the ground as well. And now, looks like Fabelli and Karma Diaz going to have to fall back. The only two players up from the Hellborn team. Sloppy team fight. Zephyr did his job by running down the Gravekeeper, but the rest of his team just kind of all gathered up and got hit by multiple tramples and lava surges. And losing Q and Luna being played by Fabunko very, very early on didn't help. But I don't know. I think that the team fight potential is definitely there, more so for the Legion team. Gravekeeper getting off that early zombie apocalypse just adds so much chaos, and Magnus with those lava surges, tramples coming out from Cthulhu with his portal key as well. It's just very, very hard to get good initiations there. And the Burning Shadows miss from Fade, I think, was probably the biggest thing. If he had landed that Burning Shadows, Gravekeeper would have died in the first maybe 4 seconds of that fight, and instead of Zephyr having to chase Gravekeeper from here, come on, right click, to here, it's getting really hard, right there, would have been able to lock him down immediately. As there's the Lava Surge missing on Pew. Pew turning it around, though. Actually connecting with the Weedfield and the Magikarp. Nobody there to follow up, though. And Testy probably just got a little bit scared. Nothing too much to be fearful of. Luna going to be finishing up her Hellflower in about 1,300 gold as Kongor starts to take some damage once again. And Zephyr picks up a Mock of Brilliance. So 45-minute Mock. This is the damage that Zephyr is looking at. Now, with the Frostburn, with the Mock damage autoing for about 260. It's a decent amount of auto attack damage, but more importantly, going to be able to disable a lot of portal keys around him with this Mock. As Luna's going in for the Emerald Lightning. Uses the Deja Vu to get back to safety. Trying to bait something more than anything else. Is the Weedfield going to keep Kongor locked in once more? Legion team still looking like they want to go in. As there's portal keys going to be going in. Actually, the Root going to be coming out, and Magnus gets in there with the Lava Surge. Down goes Heimer immediately on the Gravekeeper. Magnus still trying to get out of there. Obliterate going to be going off. Engineer goes down as well. And Fade's going to try to get in there with a big Lava Surge, with a big Burning Shadows. There's the Eruption going to be coming in. Aluna going to be going down, as well as Zephyr actually taking the fall in the middle of this team fight. Drunken Master able to get the last hits as well. And a mine blows up Fade. Angry Testy needs to man up here. There's the Steam Bath. Will they be able to finish everyone off? And they do. They complete the genocide. Oh, both players so low. 2 bound eyes on the ground. But Jeppins and Testy, they are the players that survive after 8 others fall. And that was looking so good. So good for the Hellborn team at the beginning. I don't even know what happened. Magnus came back in with the eruption of his life. 14% of the hero damage done in this game. Had a very, very nice eruption there on Angry Testy. Heimer got blown up so quickly, just not able to get anything off in that fight. Engineer shortly there to follow, but I think a lot of the credit has to come back to Emperor on the Cthulhu, able to get the trample off with the Obliterate, getting the slow off, and then Testy coming in with the big Lava Surge, backing up, waiting about 10 seconds, and then coming back in with the Eruption and the Lava Surge, doing a ton of damage in that fight, able to absolutely obliterate people after the Shrunken Heads were down on Fade and on Zephyr. So great job to them. Domain of Pain evens up the gold lead now, and does put themselves up once again at about 10,000 experience advantage here, 48 minutes in. Still just one fight deciding between these two teams and who's in the lead. Nothing nearly resembling insurmountable as they go into Kongor Pit once again. Fade, another bound eye, looking like she wants to get some counter warding done. Going to get some assistance from her good buddy on the Aluna. Zint's actually going to walk upright here. Needs to be careful. Who has the bound eye? Magnus has the bound eye. Fade goes in. There's the shrunken head as well. And Keeper of the Forest actually misses the root back there. Zombie Apocalypse going to be coming in. Paracletos on Engineer going to be going down. There's the shrunken heads being activated left, right, and center. A Lava Surge on to Keeper of the Forest, but it's not going to really do a whole lot. And the Hellborn team just going to choose to retreat right here. Holy moly. Karmadius, that was not so good root. I don't know. He deactivated his portal key. It was on cooldown. Something went wrong there, but he rooted back here instead of up here. And didn't hit anything. That's going to be on cooldown for another 60 seconds. Very, very unfortunate for him. Hey, his chat looks like it finally fixed itself. That's good. Bunko on Luna, getting real close to finishing up the first Hellfire on her team. Fabelli's still farming very, very well, 150 gold per minute ahead of everyone else in this game. Problem is that nobody else on his team has anything resembling that kind of farm. 266 on Karmadius, very low. And Fade, who was once up at about 350, back down to 240 now. Zintz has not had the best of initiations, not had the best of team fights in the last 10-15 minutes, and has not been creeping at all in that time. Zephyr working on doing some farm here in the middle lane. Team across the river waiting to back him up. And I'd really like to see Aluna actually farming the jungle right now. Trying to finish up that Hellflower. It'd be so nice to be able to get that on somebody like the Duelfant or the Gravekeeper before the fight starts, but unfortunately not quite able to finish that one up yet. Karmadius has finished up the Demonic Breastplate on Tree, has another 1,200 gold saved up, and has done a great job in the middle of these team fights to actually stay alive. Not a whole lot else to say though. The roots have been decent, not always great. The portal key, you want great root. And Fade needs to be real careful, actually, up there pretty far. A total of 5 mines up here on the high ground. And those are level 4 mines. There's going to be a lot of damage dealt if those do go off on one player. So expect to see the Legion team walking some people back up there. Doggo at about half life now, and the Legion team well aware of what's going on. They're just a little bit afraid to get into the pit just yet. They want to wait for perfect initiation as the Deep Shadows is used there by Fate for a little bit of vision. And who's going to be going in here? Oh, Burning Shadows goes out, catches Engineer this time. There's the Cull, the Typhoon being dropped. There's the Zombie Apocalypse as well. Shrunken Head's going off. There's the Eruption in the background. Energy Field going to be going out as well. There's the Lava Surge. Pew's going to be able to live for now, but no, Drunken Master will bring him down. Emperor going to be going down as well. And so where is Testy? There's Testy with a Lava Surge. Hellfire going to be applied as well. Drunken Master trying to finish off this Zephyr, but Zephyr is so damn tanky. Is Karmadius going to be able to help at all here? Needs to get the invis off. The bound die is on Magnus, but Zephyr could be in some serious trouble right here. Trying to get away still. He's very, very fast. And the Lava Surge is down for another 5 seconds. I think Zephyr might be okay. Still has to do some nice juking here in a moment. Actually going to man up onto Testy. And Testy has to get on out of there. But Zephyr will go down. Emperor buying back and getting back in there. And now DoP up 15,000 experience. Going to be looking at Kongor. Going to be looking at pushing. Going to be looking like they want to finish this game. Staff of the Masters on Testy, by the way. Going to be able to do a little bit more damage and increase the duration of his ultimate a bit. I think gives you 2 additional pulses. As Jeppins just gets the kill onto Fabunko. Still not finishing up that Hellflower. That was a good kill. Good pick. Didn't even get to see it. But DoP, all game long, this one was pretty even. Maybe not so much anymore. Drunken Master with his own Behemoth's Heart now. 3,300 life on him. He's got to be happy about that one. And Hellborn Courier actually goes down. I hope that there was nothing too serious on that Courier, as Fade's looking like he wants to open on somebody. I do say that opening on Drunken Master probably not the best of ideas here. But Zent's still just kind of hanging around, looking for somebody. Invisible Gravekeeper. Still hasn't finished up his portal key. Excuse me. Oh, portal key, Shrunken Head. Sorry. Getting distracted here. Now I finish out the game. DrDz looking like he wants to go for a barrier idol next. And, well, it's going to be about 1,000 gold off from finishing one of those up. This creep wave is certainly going to help. Going to be able to clear out a lot of that. In fact, it's going to get him very close to actually finishing up that barrier idol. Pound, pound, pound. He does have to back on up, though. Kind of scared, doesn't know where the rest of the enemy team is, and Drunken Master goes for a Rift Shards level 1, so not going for any of the negative armor items, which is kind of interesting to me, as I just saw a Sword of the High and Doombringer now coming out on Fabelli. He's going all in. Fade trying to get on out of there, but yeah, this is completely all in right now from Zephyr. If he dies once, the game is over, so pick up a Doombringer. It's a good red power throw. Luna's still level 14, really unfortunate, and there's the barrier idol, as Fade is actually in some serious trouble right here. Zlitz is going to go down. Oh man, Mistral cannot be happy about that. That's all that they had to hope for, was just on this push, get a good opener, and try to win the game. Instead, they've got a Fade down for 70 seconds. They're going to have to give it to Rax, and Zlintz, my buddy, my favorite player on the team, had a great early game, not so much in the late game. It's going to come down to this last engagement here. Zephyr with 500 damage, going to be able to kill everyone on the opposing team fast enough? I don't know. Depends with Keeper of the Forest being there or not. And Zephyr's going to go in. There's the Shrunken Head. Rook goes out. Heimer gets two-shot right there. Going to come back up with the Token of Life here momentarily. Zephyr, though. Shrunken Head deactivated. There's the ultimate going to be going out from Gravekeeper. Here comes the eruption. The Lava Surge not even needed. Zephyr goes down. Doombringer on the ground. Drunken Master at 650 damage. Just obliterates Pew. And GG well plays are going to come out. Domain of Pain takes this series 2-0. And DoP going to be advancing into the lower bracket round of 4, I believe. So congratulations to them. That'll be going on here in a little bit, and we'll be figuring out who they're going to play. Guys, that well, that was it for that series. I hope that you're happy for Domain of Pain that they won. Congratulations to them, and moving on they shall be. This has been Colecast with Beef, bringing you HoN Tour Cycle number 4 Diamond Division. I hope that you guys are enjoying it. And once again, a big shout out to S2 Games for allowing us to be here, allowing us to cast HoN Tour, and making sure that this is a thing that we get to do on a weekendly basis. Get to cast a bunch of HoN Tour and have some fun with you guys. So very, very thankful for being allowed to be here. And of course to Complexity Gaming for helping out with Colecast, supporting me so that I can be here helping you guys watch some sweet HoN Tour games. Make sure to check them out over at ComplexityGaming.com, the brand new website from Complexity Gaming. You can set up an account over there, use the forums and comment on things, and of course you can even set up your own stream so that every time you go live you can actually show up on their little stream tracker thing. Users can be right side by side with your favorite Cole players on the stream tracker. So make sure to check that out over at ComplexityGaming.com. And of course, a huge shout out to the sponsors of Complexity Gaming. Without their support, we wouldn't be here. So support them because they support us, and they support esports, and they support Heroes of Newerth, Sound Blaster, Origin, QPad, PNY, Twitch, and G8 Brand. One more big congrats to Domain of Pain for taking this series. And that's going to do it for Colecast right now, guys. We'll be back in about an hour and a half with the second series of the day. And I'm actually going to check in just a minute here, see what we're going to be casting. But that's going to do it, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll be back in a little while.